Hello and welcome to this brief tutorial on two different networking platforms that you can use to connect with Cal Poly alum, set up informational interviews, explore industries you're interested in, and so much more. We're going to start with Cal Poly Career Connections, which is an alumni mentoring platform, which is made up of students and alum from Cal Poly. So this is what I like to call an in-house platform, meaning the people who are signed up here signed up because they want to meet with you and they were a part of the Cal Poly community. Once you look up Cal Poly Career Connections, you can either Google it or you can find it through your portal or you can find it through Career Services website or Mustang Jobs. But once you get to the platform itself, it'll ask you to complete your profile by filling in information that's pretty generic from your resume. And then I do recommend that you upload a photo. This photo is going to help people get a better idea of who it is that they're talking to, and it's going to make you more approachable as a user. Once you get your profile set up, you can begin to explore the community by going up to the top, under Connect, and explore the community. As you can see, there's a lot of profiles in here with different majors represented. I'm going to give you a brief overview of how to make sense of each profile. That way you know what you're looking at. On the bottom left of each profile, you'll see their major, and then the date next to it is the year that they graduated. It's not the year that they joined Cal Poly Career Connections, it's the year that they earned their degree. In the top left, you'll see something like these little icons that sometimes represent badges. A lot of badges are just for making connections or setting up meetings. Other icons are going to represent how quickly they respond. So Ivan is somebody who usually responds within a day, which is helpful to know if I'm maybe in need of a quick response. There's other icons such as things you have in common or if they got left a good review, which will look like a thumbs up. And this is helpful for you too, is maybe you're a student just starting out into networking and you want, a good start. A good start might be with someone who's gotten a good review because someone took the time to go leave them that review, meaning they enjoyed their interaction a lot. You can also save a couple profiles if you wanted to start a collection to come back to. Maybe you're interested in two different industries or two different fields. And so you'll save a couple profiles and then go back later to chat with those people. You can also search, and I think searching is going to be the most helpful thing for you as you make sense of these profiles. You can type in a company, you could type in a major, you could type in a location even to narrow down the list of alum. For example, I'll just type in business and see if that can't help us get a smaller pool of people. So as you can see, there's a lot of business profiles in here. All of these top people have majored in business administration, but if I scroll down, I'll find people who also majored in other things, such as Donald, who majored in industrial engineering, or even Sammy, who majored in biomedical engineering. But these profiles still pop up, usually because they have some sort of business experience. As you can see with Sammy, he works at PwC. So it's a lot more business related than maybe biomedical. And we can still connect, and he's a great person to talk to, even though our majors are different. But once you find an alumni who looks interesting to you, you can click into them, into their profile and get a better feel for who they are. So let's just say Steven is someone that looks interesting to me that I might want to connect with. I'll click in and I can see his expertise. I can learn about his career journey. So where he worked, I can look at other experiences. And maybe if I think this is a good fit or a good person to reach out to, I can start the messaging process, which I'll just click message. Once I click into this, I could write my own message. Or if you're struggling trying to figure out where to start or how to get the ball rolling, we have a couple templates made already that you could just click on and tailor a little bit before you send. But that's Cal Poly Career Connections in a nutshell. As always, if you have any questions about this platform or maybe you want to strategize with your career counselor, that's what we're here for. Your career counselors are here to help you maybe figure out how to navigate this, how to strategize it, or maybe even how to craft some good messages. But you can use this messaging tool to take the conversation off of Cal Poly Career Connections. So you can set up a coffee chat or Zoom or a phone call, whatever you're most comfortable with. The second resource I wanted to show you is our LinkedIn alumni tool. So this differs from Cal Poly Career Connections because LinkedIn is open to everybody always. So within here, you can still find Cal Poly alum. It's just going to be a larger pool of people that you have to filter through. The best way to start is by going to the search bar, type in California Polytechnic State University, and make sure you get the right one as there's multiple Cal Polys. Once you click into our profile, you can click into the university's page and then go to this alumni button. This is going to bring up every profile that has Cal Poly linked to it, meaning current staff, students, and faculty are all going to be included in this. And this number is only going to grow with each year. So 153,000 people is a lot to filter through, but let's just say I'm interested in marketing. I'm going to type in marketing into the search bar, and that's going to filter through these alum to give me a smaller list. So now we're down to 15,000. But maybe I want to get even more specific. Maybe I want to live in San Diego after I graduate. So I'll go to where they live. I'll add another filter. I'll add San Diego, and then that will filter it down even more. So now I'm looking at 733 alum. You can continue to filter this down by maybe even a specific company you have in mind, maybe a different part of San Diego or other cities you're open to, what they currently do, what they're skilled at, what they studied. You can really put in as many filters as you'd like. But once I have the amount of filters that I like, I'm going to scroll past the filtering and now to the people. So you'll see there's some students who graduated recently, right? Angela has her sash, says open to work. My guess is she probably just graduated. But then you can find other profiles on here. And by reading their headline, you can get a feel for who they are. So marketing manager, maybe Alexander calls my name. Or maybe if I just keep scrolling, there's someone else who will call my name. And let's just say Patricia. I'm going to click on Patricia's profile. And she looks like she might be an okay person to connect with because she has her profile updated, her cover photo updated. And maybe I'll read her about. What I usually recommend is you scroll down, go straight to her education and see when she graduated. So Patricia graduated pretty recently, which means we might have even shared with certain professors or maybe even know some people who crossed over for both of us. But once you feel like they'd be a good person to connect with, like perhaps her marketing experience is encouraging to me or something I want to learn more about, I'll go up, I'll hit connect, and then add a note. I'm on the basic version of LinkedIn, which means I get 3 of these notes a month for free. You could always try premium for $0 and get unlimited messages, or you could pay for premium for a time. That's up to you. But I recommend that you start, if you just have a basic account, just start by maxing out all 3 of your messages every month and see who gets back to you and who doesn't. In this message box, you only get about 200 characters, so it's real short. There's 2 things I recommend you do. The first is say how you're connected. So maybe my message would say something like, hi, Patricia, I see you graduated from Cal Poly. I am currently a marketing student at Cal Poly. The second thing you want to do in the message is say what you want from them. I'm wondering if you have 30 minutes for an informational interview, or I'm wondering if you have 30 minutes for me to pick your brain on your marketing experience. And then you'll send your message. The reason I say 30 minutes is because if you leave it open-ended, like, Patricia, do you have some time to talk about your experience? People don't know if you mean 30 minutes, if you mean an hour or 2 hours, and people can be pretty busy. So saying 30 minutes, that usually helps them realize, okay, this is a manageable ask. So that's a way that you can kind of filter through the alumni. You can do this with as many filters as you'd like. It is important to note that if you're going to type in more than one word into the search box, so let's just say I want to do consulting, risk consulting. I'm going to type in both those words, but they need to be in quotes. Otherwise, your search will search these 2 things separately, and you'll get weird consulting jobs that have nothing to do with risk, or you might get weird jobs that have to do with risk and nothing to do with consulting. So anything that's more than one word, you need to put it in quotes. But that's the LinkedIn alumni tool and Cal Poly Career Connections. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your career services department and meet with a career counselor, and we will help you walk through the process. Thanks for watching.